Okay, so we're not tall enough. Go a little bit taller. Maybe, yes. All right. This is weird. I'm screen mirroring on my computer so I can use my rear facing camera, and it's just a little weird. Hi, welcome or welcome back. My name is Savannah and this is my crafty channel. I'm doing something a little different today by standing. But let's go ahead and just dive in and see how this video goes. Maybe you'll like it better than my sitting ones. Maybe I'll like it better than my sitting ones, and then we can, continue on forth from here. There's somebody outside. I don't know if they can see me. Anywho. Again, my name is Savannah and I'm glad that you are here. Let's go ahead and with what I'm wearing. This I did not make, but I did find it on clearance at Bass Pro Shop, and how cute is it? It's oversized, it's lightweight, like knit denim. Anywho, but what I have made is the dress that I'm wearing, so I'll show you that. I just finished it yesterday. This is the Lawerence dress by Helen's Closet. You can't see it, but it does go all the way to my ankles. This is the second one that I've made. It's got pockets. Can't have a dress without pockets. Can't have anything without pockets, honestly, in my opinion. But the Lawerence dress by, again, Helen's Closet. I picked out this fabric on my last trip to Joann's. Yes, my last trip to Joann's. I found this on a bolt. They had 4 yards of it left. So I got all 4 yards. And this is before the good sales too. So I paid nearly full price for it. But as you can see, it's this beautiful mushroom print. I did save this part of the bolt so I can remember. It is I don't know, it says SPF 25, so I don't know if that means it's like legit, like SPF. And then it says black mushroom textured poly crepe. So it is 100% polyester, a crepe material. I've never sewn with this material before, but I'll be honest, it wasn't terrible. I did not hate it. The only thing that I wasn't really thrilled about is the ironing factor, like trying to fold down hems and whatnot. It didn't want to stay fully creased like a cotton would, so that was my only issue. What's nice is this stuff does not fray. It doesn't fray, so that was really, really nice. Made sewing a lot easier. It does feel a little funky where the seams are. I did pre-wash the fabric, but I think I should just wash it again now that it's fully finished. Also, one thing I can tell about this fabric that I'm not gonna like too much is that it is staticky, and it holds a lot of pet hair. So that's something that's gonna not be terribly fun. Oop, door just shut. Oh wow. Anyways, so also my mirror is, or my camera is mirrored. Maybe, I don't know. In my computer, it's mirrored. So this is left. That is right. Let's see if that's something that shows up. See, again, I'm a weirdo. Anyways, so yeah, I wish you could see the whole thing. I did post it, or I will be posting it on Instagram shortly. So I still need to take pictures of me wearing it. But yeah, so now what I want is a cardigan or a pullover to put over this on cooler days, because I'm not a big fan of actually showing my arms and my chest like I am right now. This is something I typically would not do. My other Lawerence dress is solid red, and I usually wear a white turtleneck underneath it, to be honest. So yeah, I'm not a person who likes to show all this skin up top, but I'm okay today. So yeah, so I'm gonna actually go ahead, oops, and put this back on probably for a little bit, because I don't, wait, I have something else to try on before. Okay, another finish, a knit finish, to show you is I did finish my artisan cardigan by Santa's Garn. I don't remember when I finished it. Oh, early in the month. I did finish it earlier in the month. And as you can see, I did dye it. It is not a perfect dye job, unfortunately, but you know what? I don't hate it. Like, I tried doing the steps to make a solid dye, but, you know, it didn't work. I don't know if it was lack of patience or what, but I still haven't sewed the buttons on either, but they do fit in the buttonholes, so. And I think I'm gonna wait because I might have another idea for these, so I'm not in a big hurry to put buttons on this cardigan. But yeah, it turned out pretty well considering the amount of, I mean, it's still looking a little janky because, again, the cameras are opposite, so I'm pulling opposite. I don't think it's that noticeable when I wear it. Or if it is, you know, it might just look like I'm standing a little crooked. But I don't think it's that bad. So yeah, if you haven't seen a past video, this panel ended up a lot longer than this panel, just because of the texture when I blocked it before adding ribbing and the button band and all that jazz and sewing it to the sides. But yeah, I do wish I could go back and add more ribbing to the bottom, but because the button band is double knit and it's after the fact, I cannot unfortunately do that. But it works. Belly button's way up here, so where's this? In my high hip. That's my hip bone, so it's a pretty good length. Yeah, I just need to add buttons, I think. Yeah. Again, I might have another idea for those buttons, so I don't really want to put them on yet. I suppose I could pick temporary buttons for the time being. I have plenty here, but we'll see. I've had all month to add buttons and I still haven't. I've worn it probably 2 or 3 times. So yes, artisan shawl, or no, artisan cowl. The artisan cardigan by, the door just opened all by itself. That's creepy. I'm gonna have to go put something in there just to keep it from opening and shutting. So 1 sec. Okay, last time. This is the artisan cardigan by Santa's Garn. It is in booklet. Oh, I wish I could remember. Yes, Santa's Garn DIY 2308 Volume 1. This is the booklet it came from. So if you're able to get your hands on one of these, this is where the cardigan's from. Okay, so I want to put the other thing back on because I thought it looked cute in it. It's so soft. Bass Pro honestly has a lot of really good clothing pieces if you are willing to look and spend those kind of prices, but yeah. Anyways, carrying on. Whips. All right, I have a couple of whips and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be casting on a few more in June because I am off from work and I'm just going crazy. But this right here is my main project. This is the Porcelain sweater by Lay Knit. And look at how much I have. So the last time I showed you, last month, I was right here. Oops, See, this is awkward. It was right here. So that was still the back, just the back panel. I was still just working on the back panel. I finished the back panel, started the front panel, joined in the round. Now I'm working on the ribbing at the bottom. I have to do 3 inches of ribbing, and I will be doing all 3 inches, hopefully, because I just want to make sure that it will be long enough, which I think it will be. Right now, well, holding it up to myself like this. High hip bone. I did try this on before I started the ribbing, and it seemed like a pretty decent amount. I really wanted to block this before, but I also really want to do one of those wonderful transformations where it's fully finished but unblocked, and then blocking it just to see how much it, you know, changes. But yeah, isn't it wonderful? I did change some things about this, not like look wise, but this is supposed to be a DK weight pattern, like fingering plus mohair type thing. I am only knitting this and fingering on the called for needles, so my gauge is a little bit different. It's not drastically different, honestly. So I'm only actually knitting the large size, and I should, unfortunately, after I joined in the round, I realized that I should have probably knit the extra large size for the oversized fit that I was looking for. But it is what it is, and I was not going to rip back after that. This thing, I feel like, I don't know how long I've had this on the needles, to be honest, but I feel like it's been going really fast. I don't know. That's just how it felt. I didn't feel burnt out by any of it. I don't know, it just felt really, really good. So once that body is finished, just the sleeves and it'll be done. I'm pretty excited. So I'm knitting this using Knit Picks palette in the colorways, I always forget, Nimbus, which I believe is the light blue. And then the dark blue is Seal. I think that's how that's pronounced. It's C-I-E-L. So let me show you real quick. I purchased, it's right here. I purchased 4 of the dark blue because I did not know how much I was going to need. This is still ball number 1. And I finished all the body work. So I'm assuming I'm only going to need to break into 1 more for the sleeves, potentially. So yeah, I did not need that much. We'll have to figure out what I'm going to make with the leftovers. And then this is ball number 3 of the main color. So the whole body has, well, almost the whole body. The whole body will be finished, and I'm sure there'll be a little bit left. Maybe. So 3 balls has done all this. 2.5, 3 balls. Because I bought 6 and there's 3 left on the shelf and that 1 right there. Yes. So yeah. I told myself that I can't cast on anything new yet until I at least get the ribbing finished on this. So that is a goal right now. I also have this skirt right here that I have that I need to sew the, so I bought this skirt off of Shein. It's a very nice skirt, and it actually has pockets, which I'm very happy about. But I wore it and washed it once and realized that the elastic on the inside of the casing flips. So I need to sew down the elastic so it does not flip. So it's just been sitting here until I flip colors on my sewing machine. But it was right here, and I was like, how perfect is this? Oh, definitely will be wearing that together. So there's that. Other whip. This one isn't a new start, so I'll show you this. Barely worked on this one this month, but I did try. And I need to keep going. So this is all that's left of my first skein. This is Well, it's buried underneath, so I'm not going to pull it out. I'll pull a different kind. Lion Brands Fisherman's Wool. It smells nice. I love, love, love this yarn. It's just 100% wool. I love this stuff. My most favorite sweater that I wear almost every day is made out of that stuff, so it's really good. Anyway, so ball number 1, 2. Is this number 2? There's only 2 left on my shelf, so maybe. Okay, anyways, this is the, I believe it's the Umma sweater by Aegyo Knits. It's got this, whoa, front flap panel doohickey situation. So you're kind of knitting in a spiral, not really the round. It is knit flat because it is a spiral, but so last time I showed you, I believe I was right here. I have this handbak, beautiful little handbak stitch marker. I used to live in Korea, so I needed Korean mementos. And the designer, while she is not Korean herself, she is married to a Korean and has Korean babies. And her company, Aegyo Knits, that's a Korean word for cute. And then she usually names all of her patterns Korean names, and Umma, I believe that's mom or something. I can't remember exactly what that means. Anyway, so I have my Korean stitch markers, and then I just put another one on there to show how much I knit myself. So the other day I knit like 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches. So it's been like 3.5 inches I've only added. I have quite a ways to go. Hello, Orangey. I have quite a ways to go still on this. I don't know, I'm not burnt out. It's just kind of a little boring because it's just back and forth knitting. It's on a bigger gauge, so I feel like it should be going faster, but it's not. Anyway, so that's just a small little bit on that. All right, the 2 whips I have that are new starts. I have this puppy. I'm pretty sure I talked about it, but I can't remember, so I will talk about it again. This is bottom up. This is the Diana Black Sheep sweater. So I will throw in a photo to show you what it's supposed to look like. This is a Princess Diana sweater. It's a free pattern. I somehow stumbled across it a couple of years ago and was like, ooh, I really, really need that. But I was really intimidated because it's knit flat bottom up and then you seam it all together. So it's in tarja. I did not want to do that. So I've seen other people knitting this and they've done it in the round with ladder back jacquard. And so that is what I am doing. So here is where I've gotten. I just want to show you the interior. I'm actually thinking I probably need to add 2 more ladder backs in the sheeps because they are quite, I have 1 down the center, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to finish this row as is. When I get to the next row of sheep, I will see if I should do that. This is a fingering weight yarn. I'm knitting it using Holst Garn Super Soft, and this is the carmine color. And then the white is ecru. And then I do have a black cone as well. So there's 1 black sheep, so that one will be done then. This is knit. The ribbing was knit on a US 1 or 2.25 millimeter needle. That was a lot of ribbing. It took quite a while. And then the rest of the sweater is knit on a US 2.5 or a 3 millimeter needle. So that is a tiny little gauge bug. But it's not that bad, to be honest. I just need to be careful with how tight I'm pulling things. I'm really excited to gauge, or not gauge, but block this one as well, because Holzgarn has spinning oils on it, so it needs to be washed badly in order to bloom. So I'm excited for that. But this is a long-term project. So I probably won't talk about it very often because I'm also trying to film like a small little vlog about this. Again, this one's going to take quite a long time, I'm pretty sure, because of the gauge and all over color work. But we will see. All right, last whip, knitting whip. I just started the other day. I wish I would have gotten a picture of the skein, but I'll see if I can get it off the website. But this is a knit along for June. It is a sock knit along for the cutest, oh, I have a picture, I think. Yes, for the cutest pair of socks. This is by Gauge Dye Works. If you are familiar with Gauge Dye Works, they are like magicians when it comes to dyeing yarn. I purchased their solar system yarn and made my husband a pair of socks with that, and that was so cool how one skein of yarn can do a certain pattern, which these are the socks, at least the bottom of them. Those are little raccoon feet. On the top of the socks is a little raccoon face. Yes, I have to do the color work myself, but the one skein of yarn actually had, so this was two ends of the yarn. It was one skein and I had to break it up. And then in the middle was the brown for the heels and the raccoon color work. So this one was called the Forest Floor, June 2025 round trip. Again, Gauge Dye Works. Absolutely, just like I said, magicians when it comes to these dyed up skeins of yarn. So I've pulled from the middle. This was in the middle, and it's going to keep striping down and get lighter and lighter. And yeah, I highly recommend this company if you ever decide to. So yeah, I have not hand knit a pair of socks in a really long time. I've started a few and I never finished them. So with this being a knit along, I'm really hoping to stay on top of it. Plus with it being, you know, stripes, it automatically striping the patterns, like, oh, you're gonna knit the cuff until you have 5 stripes, and then you're gonna knit the leg portion until you have this many stripes. And I'm like, oh, well, that's easy. I don't have to worry about counting rows or anything like that. So yeah, I do wish I had a raccoon stitch marker progress keeper, but I don't. So I'm just using one of Sarah's of Denim and Rain. This is from her little astronaut set, just cute little bead. So I'm just using that. I took this to Topgolf the other day and just worked on that while in between golfing rounds. I have it in my little Darn It bag. Who's this by? Worthing Sheep. Isn't that cute? Okay, so that's it for knitting, like the physical knitting. Oh, nope, it's not. I did some gauge swatches yesterday. I knit 3 gauge swatches yesterday. Just cause I wanted to. So this one is Holzgarn Super Soft in the Sapphire colorway. Already blocked, so soft. So I knit this to see the gauge for the DRK Everyday Cardigan. I think that's going to be my next cast on once I get the body finished on this. I also swatched with this yarn for the same cardigan because initially this is what I was going to use. This is Lana Grossa in the Puno Luce. I don't know honestly how to pronounce that. This is Lana Grossa. I got this in a D-stash, a whole bunch, as you can see right over here. This is really nice. So it is 30% alpaca, 30% merino, 20% cotton, and 20% polyamide. This is very nice. It's very fuzzy. And then there's a strand of, I think it might be the cotton that is on the shinier side. So almost, you can't see it, but in person, it almost looks like there's a little bit of glitter. It does kind of fade away when you block it, because the other yarns, the alpaca and the wool, get a little bit more fluffier. But that was my initial thought. I was going to do the DRK everyday cardigan in this yarn, because this is labeled as a sport, I think. It is not, I think it's more of a fingering weight. So these, while this one is a fingering and this one was supposed to be a sport, I got the exact same gauge on both of these. So I had to ask opinions, and because look, this one matches this dress so nicely. But I asked opinions, and a lot of people said the blue one. And I'm thinking that that is probably the best choice. So I'm going to go ahead, and that's why I wanted to save these buttons. Well, I only have 4 of these buttons. It might not work because you need more than that. But these would have been lovely on this, I think. You know what? Now that I'm realizing it, I might as well just put those buttons on the artisan because I only have 4 and I need more than that. Anyway, so this is going to become the DRK Everyday Cardigan by Andrea Mowry. I saw somebody knitting it and their collar was still unfolded and it looked like a little sailor collar. So I'm thinking I might try to do that. We will see. So yes. And so for this one, I also had the bright idea, because it does go really well with this dress, to make a an oversized V-neck sweater. Something similar to this. Now, I can't remember the exact name of this pattern, but it is by Caitlin Hunter. This is by Caitlin Hunter. And while this is pretty much exactly what I'm looking for this other yarn, I do not think I want to knit this one again. That is because here, we gotta turn this way to get some good lighting. I heavily modified this thing. This is not at all what this, well, I mean, this is not what it exactly looks like. I shortened the yoke. I shortened the body by a lot. I think it was just that, really. I shortened the yoke quite a bit, and then I shortened the body as well. It's supposed to be like tunic length, and I didn't want that. So I'm hoping to find another pattern, maybe something I already own, maybe something that's in one of my books. I don't know, something similar to this, but not this pattern, just because I don't want to have to try to figure out the modifications that I did. So I'm hoping, and then that way I can wear that over this dress in chillier months and it matches. So that's the idea for this. We'll see. I have no clue. And then the last one, the last swatch that I did, this is I have 3 balls of this Patton's linen in my stash. I bought this at Joann's a long time ago, over a year ago. And I only bought 3 balls. I should have got 4, but unfortunately I only got 3. I think that was all that was left. This is the cauliflower colorway, and I can't find this on the website either. So I think this was just like a limited run of this. So it is 65% cotton and 35% linen. It was just really a splurge because I'm not a big fan of knitting with plant fiber. It's just not something I've enjoyed the few times that I have knit with it. I do not mind a cotton merino blend, like a cotton wool, like that's okay, but straight plant fibers is not something that I'm a big fan of. But a pattern was just released. Mochi Knits just released her Amy top, which is it's a tank top with a little polo collar V-neck kind of doohickey. It's very cute. I very much like it. And she used a cotton viscose linen blend. Her wool is from Argentina, so not very accessible, but I believe I have enough. Those 3 balls should be enough to knit that, so I think I'm going to be casting that on as well. I have to double check my gauge right here. I don't think I'm too far off. Actually, I think I might have hit gauge perfectly, to be honest. So yeah, I think I'm going to cast that on and have that as like my summer knit. So I'm somebody who's not a, oh, I can't knit sweaters in the summer, or I can only knit tank tops and t-shirts, because honestly, I do not wear tank tops and t-shirts that I typically knit. I have, you can't see it, but up here, these are all t-shirts, and I rarely ever wear them. Just, so yeah, I'm gonna knit this, and I probably might not wear it either, but who knows. It's a cute top, so I'm just gonna knit it, get this yarn out of stash. The things I typically don't wear end up on Etsy anyway, so I don't care. So my hair is being ridiculous. This piece right here, where are you? Oh my goodness. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, 3 swatches, and they all feel very nice. I mean, this, you know, feels like cotton, but it's not terrible. And this is so soft. And then this one's really nice too, just because I blocked it really well. Like, I try to make sure to get all the spinning oils out of it. So yep, I'm in my blue era right now. So lots of blue things coming my way. Anyways, what's next? Okay, so that skein of yarn for the socks, that was new. So that has been added. I will talk about that stuff in a minute. I'll have to sit down at the computer for that. Anyways, okay, so we'll just go into life stuff a little bit. And then I'll talk about these other things. So obviously work is finished. School's done for this piece of hair. I need to fix these bangs. School's done, right? So I am off for the summer. I got 2 months off. And I've been crafting like crazy. And unfortunately, my hand, this hand, is not used to knitting so much. So when I was working, I was only getting about 1 to 2 hours of knitting time a day. Which isn't a lot. But my muscles must have gotten used to it. I'm assuming this is what it is. And now that I'm home all day, I can knit longer, and I'm not doing knitting marathons. I am knitting for a while, taking a break, going to do something else. Knitting, coming back, doing for a little bit, leaving again, doing something else. I'm not sitting and just knitting for hours straight. At least I don't think so. But this hand gets sore by the end of the night, and I'm not sure if it's just because it's not used to just being able to do that much stuff during the day. I don't know. And it was making me really sad, because I was like, well, I can't keep knitting. My hand hurts. So I decided to pick up a cross stitch piece that I haven't worked on in years. Here. And this one is actually my closest to finish. A friend of mine, she let me show her all of my cross stitch stuff one day, and so she pulled this one out and she's like, you need to get this one finished. So it's just been sitting on my desk for a couple months. And I'm like, you know what, you're right. My hand hurts. Let's pull this out instead. So I did. Now, when I say I have very little left, I mean it. It was just, let's see here. This right here, these little doohickeys. A few up in this area. And then all I have left is back stitching. And not even all the back stitching. Because most of this back stitching in her face is done. I think there's a few little bits at the bottom for her hair, and then it's just these little twigs to connect all the stuff at the top. And she'll be done. Isn't she gorgeous? She's so beautiful. Now, I don't remember anything about her, so let's pull out the paperwork and see. Okay. The designer is Philanthrope Embroideries. Philanthrope Embroideries. I believe this is a French company. And this is called Natural Beauty 3. The colors are all Aurifil. So I did my own little conversion. Where is it? Yeah. So I did my own little conversion. But yeah. Oh, I also dyed this fabric to kind of match the stuff that you could buy from the company. So the fabric is something I dyed myself. I do not, it's a linen. I don't remember what count. It's been years since I've cross-stitched, so I don't remember all the stats on my projects anymore. I don't know if this is a 32. Let's see, did I write it down? Nope. I don't know if this is a 32 count, if this is a, I guess would be, but I don't know. I'm sorry. You can just look at my pretty cross stitch instead of all the stats for it. So yes, I am going to attempt to finish this summer. Yeah, just when I want to fill in time. So technically I need to put this on a bigger Q-snap so I can just do all the cross stitch. I mean, not cross stitch, the back stitch all together. I think I have just like these dark little leafy bits right here. I think I have like 1 or 2 more down here. And I think that is it. So technically, just get this done. Get it ironed and then a frame. I am trying to decide where I want to put like a cross-stitch gallery wall in my house. I have a few pieces that I've done before that are already framed. And they're just sitting in my bedroom on the floor because I don't know where to put them. And I really do want to do like a gallery wall kind of thing. Not just, oh, I'm going to put one picture here. I'm going to put a picture there. No, I want to do like a whole gallery wall of everything that I have finished when I was a very prolific cross-stitcher. Gosh, that was like 5-6 years ago. Anywho. So that's it for like crafts. Obviously the dress was a sewing thing. I actually have another dress already cut out, ready to go. Oh, I did buy some fabrics. Let me show you those real quick. So I did buy some fabric from the fabric market, and it came in 2 days, which was really awesome. So I bought this double gauze. I'm not sure if I want to make a dress or if I want to do a pair of pants. I don't know. I don't want to unfold it all the way, but I want to see the inside because the back side is a different. So you see, can you see that kind of? So it's just a yellow and a white, and then so it's like 2 layers. Very lovely, very flowy, very summery fabric. I got 3 yards. So I couldn't make a Lawerence dress with 3 yards. You're supposed to actually have, technically you're supposed to have 5 yards, but I only had 4 and I was able to cut out all the pattern pieces. So my red one that I made that I don't think I've ever showed, I actually only had 3 yards and I'd made it work, but I wasn't able to cut out all the pattern pieces. So I had to make some of my panels just a little bit skinnier, which still worked out really well. Anyway, so something with this. I'm not sure yet. And then I got this. Look at how cute this is. Now this I really wanted to make a pair of pants with, and I might still do it. The only issue, this is supposed to be, where's the paper? So this was listed as a linen rayon blend. This does not feel like that at all. This does not feel like linen at all. So the issue I'm having is, I don't know. Let's see. Can you, wow, that's not very helpful. This is very thin. It is very see-through. So I'm like, I don't know if I can make a pair of pants. If I was more, I don't know, if I had more, what's the word? Come on. Skills. If I had more skills, I would know how to make a lining for these pair of pants, but I don't know how. And sure, I could just wear a pair of shorts, but all of my, well, I have a pair of gray shorts, like bike shorts that I wear under dresses, but most of my underdress shorts are black, and you're gonna see that right through this. I'm just a little bummed that this is not at all. I don't think this is a linen rayon blend, to be honest. I don't know what it would be, but it's very thin. I just wanted these cute fishies as pants, and they would be the Starlight Palazzo pants. So they're these pants that I keep seeing on Instagram. They're really big and wide, but the best part is, I mean, there's two options, which I'm going to do the second option, but the first option is there's a drawstring at the back. So these pants are like really wide, and then you pull the drawstring to fit. So they're really like big and balloony, and they look so comfy and lovely. The other option is you can omit the drawstring and you can just put elastic. So you can't stretch them as far, but then they sit nice and flat all the way around, which is probably what I want to do. They're still, you know, voluminous, just not as voluminous as the drawstring option. So that is what I wanted to make with these. So I'm still debating, honestly. I'm thinking maybe as the toile, you know, using this, because maybe it'll be wearable, maybe it won't be wearable. Maybe I'll screw up and not do a great job. I'm just a little bummed that it's see-through. So yeah, these two I have purchased recently to make items. Okay, so I do have a lot of other sewing stuff on my agenda, but I'm not going to talk about that. All right, last thing, something that I did purchase off eBay for knitting, but it is not knitting related. I bought this beautiful, is this a milk glass? It's a Fenton milk glass trinket tray. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? So up here on my desk, I have little bowls. So in this bowl is progress keepers and stitch markers, you know, all the fancy ones. And in this one, I have all my light bulb stitch markers. That way I don't have to dig to try to find what I'm looking for. But downstairs when I knit, all I had was, I made myself a little rope bowl a long time ago, just to keep next to the couch when I knit, but I didn't expect to have it fill up. Well, here's the thing is, it filled up. Like whatever I have up here sometimes gets down there, what's down there sometimes gets up here, so it's just like, it filled up. And I was having a hard time digging for certain things, especially light bulb stitch markers, because those are my most used things, and trying to find like darning needles in that pile was not easy. So I wanted something, and I thought about just doing the little bowl system that I have up here but down there, but the table I have next to the couch is very small, so I didn't want to do that. And so I decided to look for little trays, and I found one that I really liked, but it was like 13 inches long, and that was bigger than the table that I had. So that didn't work. And so I did some searching and searching and searching, and I found this guy on eBay. And I got this at a decent price because it was one of those that you bid on, and I was the only one bidding, so I got it at the lowest price possible. But yeah, I wish I could show you without it falling out, but I did put like progress keepers, stitch markers kind of thing on this side, and then I have light bulb, stitch markers, and then closed ring markers as well right here. And then I have my tape measure, row counter, darning needles, scissors, another row counter. I have all that there, and then I have just a try-on tubing right there. But isn't this adorable? Oh, I can't tilt it. It's perfect. It's a little bit bigger than I expected it, but you know what? This is exactly what I needed. So there's a few more on eBay if you're interested in it. It's a Fenton milk glass trinket tray. There are quite a few of these on there, so if you're interested, get yourself one. That's really lovely. So yeah, that sits downstairs. So that is it. Also on the life stuff, what I've noticed since, you know, being on summer break is that I'm not exhausted anymore at nighttime, and I actually really, really miss that. And I only miss that because I can't fall asleep as well anymore. When I was working, I'd come home, you know, I'd do what I needed to do. I'd get to knit for like an hour sometimes, and then go to bed at 10 o'clock. I'd try to read, and I could read like 20 minutes, and my eyes would be just like, I'd literally be like falling asleep while trying to read. And while I thought I hated that, it is better than the alternative where I'm staying up way too late, not being able to sleep, and then sleeping in. I like to be up early, so I miss being exhausted enough to fall asleep. So that is one thing that I miss about work. So, but it'll be here before I know it. And I'm trying to cram in. Like yesterday, I made a whole list for myself of what I want to try to accomplish during the summer. You know, things I want to cast on, things I want to sew, you know, other things like cleaning out my closet, rearranging the area that's over here. My bookshelf, I might want to rearrange that. I was watching this lady on YouTube. Her name is Savannah as well. She's Savannah Knits, and she lives in Utah. But she's got a big, beautiful bookcase behind her when she films. And I've been like squinting and looking and seeing. And it looks like she has all of her books in alphabetical order, author's last name, alphabetical order. Kind of like how Barnes & Noble would do it. So I was debating on doing that. And then things I want to finish this summer. So obviously the porcelain sweater, the raccoon socks, the Umma sweater would be great to finish before the summer is over. So yeah, I'm just like, let's make a list and see what I can accomplish in 2 months. Since I don't really have a lot to worry about. I mean, I do have to sneak in time to the pool for the kids, but that's easy because I just take my knitting with me when I go to the pool. Yeah, I'm just like, that's really the only obligation. That and Topgolf. My husband got a summer fun pass membership thingy, so we'll be doing that a bit more this summer as well, hopefully. It's under his name and he still has to work, so anywho. Oh, excuse me. I think we're coming to the end of it then. So that is about it that I want to talk about. I hope that's it. All right. We'll see. Oh no, I forgot numbers. Hold on. So I don't know how I could be so silly to forget this part, but it is what it is. So in May, yarn used from Stash. I used, 4. I only used 4 skeins of yarn. And that doesn't seem right, but let me see, 2, 4, yeah, that is right. Only 4 skeins of yarn was used in May, and only 1 yarn came in. So total, I am at 273 units of yarn. So I started with 285, and I'm down to 273. So a difference of 12 skeins. At least I'm lower again. Well, I guess I really wasn't over, but at least I am lower than the number that I started with. So that is a bonus. I am not in the negative at all. I did use 1 undyed skein in May as well. So I went from 44 down to 35. Difference of 9. So we're doing well there. Budget. Yarn budgets. I did buy yarn this month. It's not here yet. I'm waiting for 1 skein of yarn for a pair of socks that I hope to start. I know I'm not a big sock knitter anymore, but I am interested. So maybe the mojo for socks is coming back. I don't know. So far my total yarn, or the total that I've spent this year for yarn is $196.98. So I'm hoping for July I spend nothing, or June and July, sorry. I'm hoping for June and July I spend nothing. We'll see. All right, and then pattern wise, I only purchased 1 pattern this month that I am aware of, that I can remember. It's the Amy top by Mochi Knits, the one I talked about earlier. The sock pattern, the socks that I'm about to start, I was actually gifted that pattern, so that does not count. So that was very nice. But yes, so for the total this year, pattern wise, I spent $158.51. I don't have a goal of what to keep it under, honestly. Like the yarn, so last video I said I'm going to keep my yarn budget under $500. I didn't have a goal for my pattern spending. I really shouldn't be buying any more patterns, but it happens sometimes. So yes, that's where I'm at. $158.51 for patterns, and then $196.98 for yarn. And is that it for, yeah. If you count this, I haven't put this in, honestly. I spent 20 something, and that's including the shipping for this guy. I should probably put that in. I don't know. Okay, so that's it. That's it for numbers and all that other jazz. Yeah, nothing great. I'm sorry. See? You sit me down and then I completely like, but okay. I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna edit this video and get it posted since it's June 1st. And I will see you next month. Bye.